as we all know, friends, we have completed the executive portion of the union, that is part 5 of the constitution. So from today onwards, friends, we are going to start the legislative portion, that is legislature of our constitution. So what first question should be arised in your mind, or I should say arose in your mind, that who is the legislature in our India? So friends, the legislature in our India, as we all know, is nothing else parliament. But if I ask you, is it correct? Remember this question. I am going to answer this after a few moments. First of all, what do you mean by parliament? So friends, as we all know, this is parliament which is situated in Delhi. Parliament is a body consisting of politicians that make the laws and rules of a democratic country. As we all know, we are living in a democratic country where we the citizens are the ruler, or the representatives elected by us have the power to rule. So it is because we are living in a democracy. So there is a parliament which is elected by us, who has the power to make all the laws. But a question should be again arise in your mind, that what does parliament consist of? So friends, as you all know, parliament consists of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. But what I am seeing here, friends, see to it, I am seeing here that the president, read the article 79. I am seeing here that the article of our constitution, this article of our constitution states that there shall be a parliament of the union consisting of president and two houses known as council of state and house of the people. First of all, I am getting confused. Is president a part of parliament? Definitely yes. President is a part of parliament. But again, you should be confused that how can we say president is a part of parliament? So friends, try to understand, if a bill comes in the parliament, like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, or Swarno ke liye reservation, or I can say right to privacy related bill, or anything else. So if a bill comes in the parliament, then as we all know, it has to be passed by both the houses, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. But after getting passed by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, you would be thinking that it will become an act, that is law. So it is not that easy. After passing from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, friends, it is again to be passed by the president. And if it gets passed by the president too, then it becomes a law. So a bill after getting passed by Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and president, all three becomes an act and law. In this way, we can say that president is also a part of law making process, that is parliament. Now one thing, I guess you are still confused with it. Sir, we have listened the name Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Sir, but what are these council of states and house of the people? So friends, there is nothing to get confused about it. Just try to think. Lok Sabha is elected by whom? Definitely us. Lok Sabha is elected definitely by us directly. So if we talk about Lok Sabha in a little detail, the Lok Sabha is directly elected by the people, that is the citizens of India. But if we talk about Rajya Sabha, tell me how Rajya Sabha elections are done. So friends, Rajya Sabha elections are done indirectly. The people chooses Vidhan Sabha and the Vidhan Sabha chooses Rajya Sabha. It means that we can say that the election is indirect. Now tell me, if a state is having huge number of population, for example Uttar Pradesh, so tell me the number of Rajya Sabha members will be more or less. Definitely it will be more. That's why Uttar Pradesh has the maximum number of Rajya Sabha members, that is 31. And if we talk about Madhya Pradesh, our population is 1/3 as compared to UP. UP's population is more than 20 crores and MP's population is 7.2 crores. So our Rajya Sabha membership is also accordingly. Our Rajya Sabha members are 11 in number, because our population is, as you can see, about 1/3 of the UP. So in that way we can say the more the members, the more the population, the more the members of Vidhan Sabha, and the more the members of Vidhan Sabha, the more the members of Rajya Sabha. But in this way we can see that the state having more population has more members, the state having less population has less members. So we can again say that the Rajya Sabha members are the representatives of the state. The Rajya Sabha members, once again I am repeating it, please listen carefully. The Rajya Sabha members are the representatives of the states. That's why it is said Council of States, states की सभा, राज्यों की सभा. Now let's talk about Lok Sabha. As you have already understood, Lok Sabha is directly elected by us. अब since it is directly elected by us, it is called the House of the People, जनता का सदन, जनता's house. Okay, Hindi names are pretty clear, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. But let me tell you, when the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha got formed, that is 3 April and 17 April 1952. At that times, its names were not Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. We all know we were under the British leadership for about 190 years. So when we were under British leadership, our houses' name were Council of State and House of the People. These names got transformed to Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha in 1954. It is a question that can be asked from you in the prelims examination. One more important thing which you should be keeping in mind, that the president is a part of parliament, but is not member of any house. Once again I am repeating it, president is a part of parliament, but he is not member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Objective questions can be asked in UPSC and MPPSC like examinations. After talking about the parliament, that what does parliament consist of and what is parliament, we should be dealing in depth with the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So tell me, who is the bigger house? Who is the bigger house, or I should say, which you have learned in your previous classes, that is upper house. So the friends, upper house is Rajya Sabha. But you should be getting confused that Lok Sabha has more powers as compared to Rajya Sabha. So why Rajya Sabha is called upper house? So friends, in depth I am not able to clear at present because it is a very confusing one topic, but for your understanding I will make you an easy explanation which is based on my understanding. The minimum age for becoming a Rajya Sabha member is 30 years and the minimum age for becoming a Lok Sabha member is 25 years. So in that way you can say Rajya Sabha is the upper house. So first of all, try to understand about Rajya Sabha. It is a upper house, it is a senior one. So senior persons comes first, घर के बड़े पहले. So that's why Article 80 is composition of Rajya Sabha and Article 81 is composition of Lok Sabha. I guess it is pretty clear with you. Now friends, from pre-point of view, it is very important to learn all the numbers which I have written in your slide. You will be thinking, sir, it is very tough. So it's very easy. Just try to understand and remember with me. First, if a question is asked, how many members of Rajya Sabha are there? How many, the maximum strength of Rajya Sabha? So the friends, the answer will be 250. Max strength of Rajya Sabha is 250. But out of the 250 members, some members are elected and some members are nominated. The elected members, the number of elected members is what? It is 238. Friends, you will be again getting confused. Sir, it is a very pretty simple thing. What's tough in that? You were saying it is very tough to remember. So friends, try to understand the examination. The examiners always try to confuse you in these simple things. For example, if a question is asked, max number of members elected in the Rajya Sabha, that is 238. But if they talk about the present strength of elected members, that is not 238, that is 233. Sir, we are getting a lot confusion. We are not able to understand now what you are trying to tell us. So try to understand. I'm making it very simple through a easy example, max strength and present strength. And max and present, other than max and present, the Rajya Sabha members are elected or else nominated. So if we talk about the elected person's maximum strength, 238. If we talk about the nominated person's maximum strength, it is 250. And if we talk about the max strength, that is nominated person's 12. If we talk about the total strength, that is 250. But try to understand, out of the 238 elected persons, some are from states, some are from union territories. So the elected number of members from states like Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, etc., it is 2 to 9. I have given this chart showing the number of members coming from each state. You don't have to learn this chart, just remember the maximum number of people and the number of Madhya Pradesh people. And other than that, the examination questions have been asked on the exact number strength by giving a chronological diagram. So you should not have get confused with the chronological diagram. You don't have to remember things exactly, just try to understand on the basis of population wise. For example, if you know the population of top 10 states, then you will be able to remember which state will be having more Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha member, and which state will be having less number of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha member. I guess it is pretty clear with you now. The number of members coming from states are 2 to 9. Other than that, we all know we have union territories also in our country. So the number of members coming from union territory are 9. And from 9 presently only 4 members are coming. And from 9 only 4 members are coming, and among the 4 members, 3 are from Delhi and 2 are from Puducherry. Now you must be getting confused, why sir Delhi and Puducherry only? Why not other union territories that like Daman, Diu, Dadar, Nagar Haveli, etc.? So friends, try to understand, the Rajya Sabha members are elected by the Vidhan Sabha, and Delhi and Puducherry are the only union territories which have a Vidhan Sabha. So other union territories, if do not have a Vidhan Sabha, then how come Rajya Sabha members can come from there? But if in future Rajya Sabha, if in future Vidhan Sabha is made in the union territories, then more members can be coming from these union territories. Now again you must be getting confused about Jammu Kashmir. Sir, Jammu Kashmir is now a union territory, but you have not mentioned about Jammu Kashmir in this chart. So friends, try to understand, for Jammu Kashmir's representation, a constitutional amendment has to be done. But due to, I can say, different circumstances like Citizenship Amendment Act and Corona, this amendment and Article 370 Jammu Kashmir was not properly implemented, and the constitutional amendment which has to be done in Article 80 is still not done. So that's why I am telling you the figures, like considering Jammu Kashmir is a state. I guess it is pretty clear to you now. So the elected members is presently 233. 5 from the union territories are excluded, and the number of nominated members presently coming is 12. If we total it, it will become 245. Any type of question can be asked from you. For example, max strength of elected members, present strength of elected members, max total strength, present strength of Rajya Sabha, etc. Now you must be getting confused, sir, what is this nominated member? So friends, try to understand, if we talk about sports, tell me who would be having a good knowledge of sports. Definitely a sportsman would be having a good knowledge of sports, like MC Mary Kom. Or if we talk about law, who would be having a good knowledge of the law? Definitely a judge, or a judge would be having a good knowledge of the law. So that's why we have made a provision in our constitution that to make laws related to the literature, art, science and social service, to make laws related to the literature, art, science and social service, different prominent personalities will be nominated by the president in the Rajya Sabha, so that law making process can include the depthness of the different types of fields. Now you would be considering, sir, sports is not written here, so how come MC Mary Kom become a Rajya Sabha member? So it is a friend art. It is a kind of art, and how I can say it is a art. When Sachin Tendulkar was given Bharat Ratna, then also the topic came that it is nowhere written that sportsman can be given Bharat Ratna. So, or the sportsman can be made Rajya Sabha member. So there was a gossip in the parliament, ठहाका था पार्लियामेंट में कि उनकी ड्राइव देखो, क्या ड्राइव मारते हैं, ये क्या किसी आर्ट से कम है? बॉल बैट पे आते ही टक से लग के चली जाती है. सॉरी टू से इट, ये हिंदी में ही अच्छा एक्सप्लेन होगा, दैट्स व्हाई आई एक्सप्लेन इट इन हिंदी. चलिए लेट्स कंटिन्यू. नाउ आर्टिकल 80 इज ओवर. नाउ वी शैल स्टार्ट आर्टिकल 81, दैट इज कंपोजिशन ऑफ Lok Sabha. So composition of Lok Sabha, you must be knowing that the members of Lok Sabha are far more than Rajya Sabha, and it is necessary to, because Lok Sabha is the house of the people that is directly elected by us. So definitely it should be having more power as compared to the Rajya Sabha. Now out of the elected members, oh, I have mentioned 550, but I guess it should be 552. Have I written something wrong, friends, here? No, I have not written something wrong, friends. Has been made a amendment in the constitution. Previously, in Lok Sabha, members were also of two types, that is elected and nominated. Previously, two nominated members were coming from Anglo-Indian community, but presently they are not coming because an amendment has been done in the constitution. First of all, try to understand what is an Anglo-Indian. If you have seen Munna Bhai, then in Munna Bhai you would have seen a Angrez person who was very well versed in Hindi. So how can he be a very well versed in Hindi? He was a Britisher, but he was living in India from 50 years now. So that's why he have learned good Hindi, and he is looking like a Britisher, but still he is an Indian citizen. So these type of persons who have Indian citizenship but are of British origin, they are called, or European origin, they are called Anglo-Indians. And our Lok Sabha presently said that there is no need to represent this community now, because with the help of this community, politics has been done. No need of representing this community now presently in our country. So that's why Lok Sabha has no nominated members now. It is a very big good question that can be asked in your upcoming exams. Now we talk about the elected members. As we have learned previously, the elected members also should be from states and union territories. So the number of elected members from states is 530. Here is a chart mentioning the elected member of states. But friends, you don't have to remember every one of them. Just remember the most one and the Madhya Pradesh one, or any state which is in current. For example, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, they are always of hot topics. So other than Uttar Pradesh, that is having 80 seats in Lok Sabha. If we talk about Madhya Pradesh has 31 seats in Lok Sabha. Where is Madhya Pradesh? Madhya Pradesh, where are you? Oh, sorry, 31, no. Madhya Pradesh has 29 seats in Lok Sabha. And other than that, you can see our union territories are having one member in Lok Sabha. Now, I will make you remember it. Try to understand. If we talk about the state membership, it is 530, no doubt. But if we talk about the union territories, so try to understand, friends, among the union territories, 7 members are from Delhi only. Sir, why Delhi has 7 members out of the union territories? So try to understand, friends, the population of Delhi is more than a crore. Yes, Delhi's population is more than a crore, and that is a huge number as a union territory. So that's why they are given a lot of constituencies, that is Lok Sabha Kshetra. If I show you the Lok Sabha Kshetras in our country, then see, this is a map showing the Lok Sabha Kshetras in our country. You can see the Ladakh portion. It is the biggest Lok Sabha Kshetra because you can say no population lives here. That's why the region is very big. And if we talk about the Uttar Pradesh Bihar region, you can see a lot of population lives here, or West Bengal region, a lot of population density is here. That's why the Lok Sabha regions, Vidhan Lok Sabha constituencies or Lok Sabha Kshetras are smaller here. In the same way, you can see Run of Kutch. There also the population is very limited. That's why the Lok Sabha region is very big. So if we talk about the union territories, the Lok Sabha regions are decided somehow on the basis of population. Other than Delhi, if we talk about the 6 other union territories, once again I am telling you, I am explaining this diagram considering India having 7 union territories, not 9 or 8. I know presently Dadar and Nagar Haveli has also been merged, and other than that Jammu Kashmir has also been made union territory. So presently I am explaining this diagram considering both the amendments are not done. And I will again have a look today that is there any amendment done in the constitution. So 6 members come from all the other 6 union territories, that is Dadar Nagar Haveli, Puducherry, Daman and Diu, Chandigarh, etc. And see to it, 7 members are absent. It means that 7 more members can come in the parliament, but presently they are not coming. Sir, what is the meaning of 7 more members can come in the parliament? So it means that if we talk about Rajya Sabha, in the upcoming lectures, I will be showing you the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So if we talk about the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha seats, the seat of the absent members are there, but though no one sits on them. It is like a class in which the benches are present, but there are no persons sitting on them. एडमिशंस जो हैं उनके लिए 40 बेंचेस तो बिठाई गई हैं, बट द थिंग इज 40 बेंचेस में 30 एडमिशंस ही हुए हैं और साल भर 10 सीटें खाली पड़ी रहेंगी. आई गेस इट इज प्रीटी क्लियर टू यू नो. बट स्टिल अ क्वेश्चन शुड बी लेफ्ट इन योर माइंड. सर, वी हैव लोक सभा, दैट इज द हाउस ऑफ द पीपल. सो व्हाट इज द नीड ऑफ राज्य सभा? We could have one house, that is Lok Sabha only, because 550 is also not a small number to make the laws. So try to understand, friends. B.R. Ambedkar was a genius. He thought about it, but he came to the conclusion that if Lok Sabha becomes the only member in the house, only member of parliament, only house of the parliament, then there will be no check and balance. That is, the power of the Narendra Modi or any central government would become infinite, and in a democracy it cannot be done, because as we know, the states have their own Vidhan Sabha. So the states should also have a voice at the central level. That is the reason the Rajya Sabha is made, because if any law is made by the central government which is not agreed by the states, then in that cases that bill got stuck in the Rajya Sabha. For example, the Panchayat bill, the Panchayati Raj bill got stuck in the parliament, got stuck in the Rajya Sabha for so many years because it was snatching the powers of Rajya Sabha. And when Narasimha Rao government agreed, when Narasimha Rao's Congress government of 1991 to 1996 period agreed that the power of states will not be snatched, then only it get passed from the Rajya Sabha. Now let's continue up to next article, that is Article 82. Friends, Article 82 is an article which is less taught in pre and more taught in mains. So I will clear this article to you in detail in our mains classes. But presently I can just tell you this much, that if we talk about the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha seats, try to understand as I told you, the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha seats are somehow decided on the basis of population. So if the population of a state got increased, then definitely the Lok Sabha seats acquired by that state should also be increased. For the example, the population of Uttar Pradesh has increased, so its Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha seats should also be increased. See in my diagram 80 to 93 and by 2071 109. बहुत पॉपुलेशन है भाई, क्या बोलूं मैं. चलिए, let's continue. If we talk about Madhya Pradesh, then Madhya Pradesh has also done promotion. His population has also increased, so its seats should be increasing from 29 to 33. So this is done by a commission made on the basis of Article 82. That is the Vidhan Sabha constituency size. For example, first one is, I guess, clear to you, but still you must be confused about the second one. So friends, for second, I'm making you understand second one, I'm making a diagram. See, consider it as Madhya Pradesh. I know it is a very pretty bad map. I am not an MP teacher, so please try to forgive me. If we talk about MP, let's consider that this Ratlam region's population got increased and this Indore Ujjain's population got decreased. So in that case, the Ratlam's population, since it is increasing, so its Lok Sabha constituency will be made smaller, because dense population have smaller size of Lok Sabha constituencies, and this Indore Ujjain region constituencies will be made larger, because if it has less population, then there is less population density. So in order to make all the Vidhan Sabha constituencies equal, we have to make a readjustment. So this readjustment at the Vidhan Sabha constituency level and Lok Sabha constituency level is done by Article 82. There are many more things to be discussed in this article, but that are to be discussed in our mains class. If you have still some doubt which you want to ask, you can leave your doubt in the comment section. I will reply it as previously. And this is a diagram, as I previously told you, showing all the 543 constituencies of Lok Sabha constituencies of our country. Chaliye, let's continue. Now we are coming to Article 83 and Article 84. These two articles are to be discussed today. These two articles are very easy to understand. First is duration of houses of parliament and second is qualification of membership of parliament. Friends, you must be thinking about, sir, previously as you taught us, you have mentioned a sequence, that is election procedure, oath, election procedure, term, then re-election, then qualification, then condition, then oath, then removal. So I am pretty aware of it, but the thing is, friends, at present we are dealing our class at the pre-level, so we would be going as per the articles. So the topics like I am not discussing presently, that is vacancy, removal, oath, these topics will come in the upcoming articles. So today what we have to understand first is duration and second is qualification. Let me make you understand first the qualification, because it is pretty easy to you understand, because you have already understood it. As you all know, first qualification should be he shall be a citizen of India. Second qualification, you must take an oath, because as you all know, without an oath your term will not start, as studied in president, vice president. And there should also be a minimum age. For example, president, vice president, minimum age is 35. So try to understand, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are below president or above president? Definitely they are below president. So they are so the requirement of age increases as a multiple of 5. For example, the minimum age for Lok Sabha is 25. Make a addition of 5 in it. So the requirement for Rajya Sabha is 30. Make a addition of 5 in it. So the requirement of president will be 35. So these are the minimum ages for becoming a member. So for example, as I say, my age is 29, so I am qualified to become a Lok Sabha member, but I am not qualified to become a Rajya Sabha member. Other than that, he must possess other qualification as prescribed by Parliament. What are the other qualification, friends, as prescribed by Parliament? So friends, presently on a other prescription decided by the Parliament is you should be having a voter ID. You should be registered as a voter in any constituency of our country. You should be registered as a voter in any constituency of a country, because it is pretty practical. If you are not registered as a voter, how can you ask for vote? पहले वोट देने लायक तो बनो, फिर वोट मांगने की बात करना. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. अब फ्रेंड्स, नाउ द लास्ट आर्टिकल इज आर्टिकल 23, that is duration of houses of the parliament. As you all know, the duration of Lok Sabha is 5 years. But if we study it in depth, then it is not exactly 5 years, because it can be dissolved earlier in extraordinary circumstances, which are to be dealt by us in our mains classes. Presently, मैं आपको एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ. Consider that the Prime Minister of our country gives his resignation, or I should say, like 2003. Like 2003, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was pretty sure that the air around us is very positive presently. So we should not be waiting for the next 6 months. We should be announcing elections now only. So that's why he dissolved his government and his Lok Sabha 6 months earlier, before the completion of Lok Sabha tenure. So in extraordinary circumstances, the Lok Sabha can be dissolved by the president. But sir, you are explaining prime minister, but the written thing is president. So try to understand, friends. We have already studied the prime minister, the president takes any decision on the basis of advice of council of minister headed by prime minister. So in written everywhere the name will be president, but in reality the decision will be taken by prime minister. And I guess it is pretty much clear to you now. Now let's talk about the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha, friends, just listen carefully. It is very, very important, because a lot of times a question is asked for the Rajya Sabha. For example, how can Rajya Sabha be dissolved? So you will say by the prime minister, by the president, etc. But just remember what I am saying. Rajya Sabha can never be dissolved. Rajya Sabha has no fixed term. Its members have a fixed term of 6 years, but Rajya Sabha has no term. It is a permanent house. Sir, we have learned it in our previous classes, but we are not able to digest it still. So try to understand, friends. The Rajya Sabha elections take place every 2 years. For example, if we talk about the Madhya Pradesh 11 seats in Rajya Sabha, so we can make it partition in 3 parts, that is 4-4-3. So every 2 years, 4 members, as according to the Vidhan Sabha, goes to the Rajya Sabha. For example, if we talk about MP's previous government, that is BJP's government. Presently, I know it is again BJP government. If we talk about the MP's previous government, that is BJP government, so before 2018, for every Rajya Sabha election, the BJP was sending 3 members and Congress was sending 1 member. But as we all know that presently the BJP and Congress are having near about equal seats. So in the 2020 Rajya Sabha elections, both BJP and Congress send 2 members to the Rajya Sabha. So in this way, the Rajya Sabha elections take place every 2 years. And also try to understand, the Rajya Sabha members come from different states at different times. That's why it is a house which cannot be dissolved. Matlab, you can say that if we talk about the 245 members, so out of the 245, the 1/3 members retire every 2 years, and in their place new members come. So friends, I know it is pretty confusing to understand for the first time. So if you have still any doubt left, then you can comment it to me on my personal number 9977729895, or you can mention it in the comment section. So friends, that's all for now. I guess it is pretty clear to you now. So friends, from ahead we will be continuing our class from tomorrow. So tata friends, bye bye.